Because that's what it's all about today is VPP, Star Site Celebration, everybody coming together, and it's all about safety.
The Puget Sound Naval Shipyard has hit the streets of the base every year since 2006 to celebrate success.
VPP Star Site Recertification Celebration!
Parades, music, speeches, and all shipyard party for winning the highest worksite safety accolade in the country, OSHA's Star Award. The prestigious star status means OSHA has put you at the top of the list of job sites in the country where safety is job one.
Everyone has to look out for each other, and it's all about safety.
I was pissed. I was very angry, listening to them talk about how safe the place was, knowing that I'm going to the doctors every other week and I have these health issues that are going to be with me for the rest of my life.
Kevin Albert and Derek Freeman were shipyard workers who say OSHA had no business handing out those safety prizes. In 2013, OSHA received complaints about the plant they worked in, that for years, employees were exposed to harmful toxins like cyanide gas. King 5 has found broken alarms, malfunctioning safety systems, and leaking pipes were at the root of the dangers. But when OSHA came to investigate, top shipyard bosses didn't mention any of that.
Bottom line is we were all being poisoned, and once they realized it, they tried to cover it up. And that just is, I don't understand how they can even sleep at night.
Instead, shipyard management told OSHA they were confident employees hadn't been exposed to unsafe chlorine gas levels before, and that there was no record of workers having severe physical reactions to toxic chemicals.
It's total bullshit because there's evidence substantiating that that is not the case. So they have lied to OSHA, and I hope OSHA finds the out of them.
In fact, there was a clear record of employee exposures and physical reactions inside the plant. Internal Navy documents obtained by King 5 show in February of 2012, the plant was evacuated after a worker had his breath taken away, and firefighters found high airborne chlorine levels. In November of 2012, 6 people were exposed to chlorine gas above legal limits with severe symptoms such as shortness of breath and dizziness, burning in the eyes and throat, and coughing up fluid from the lungs that lasted for 3 days. Again, shipyard safety officers didn't share these records with OSHA. For 4 months, the shipyards denied a request for an on-camera interview. During a shift change this week, we tried to catch up with the head of environmental safety and health to ask why OSHA didn't get the full story.
He's running.
The best we got,
Hey, Mr. Cizek. I'm Susannah Frame from King TV.
was a few seconds of that director, Jeff Cizek,
We want to ask you questions about Building 1109, the wastewater treatment facility.
running away from our cameras. Now, 5 years after closing the case, OSHA has reopened it. Sources contacted by them tell us OSHA wants to know what was really going on in the plant and if the shipyard misled them.
I think it's great. Finally, the shipyard is going to be held accountable for their actions, and OSHA's reopening this is fantastic.
I'm just really thankful that it's now gotten to a level that it's not going to be brushed under the rug.
What could have motivated the shipyard from keeping key information from OSHA? The workers say it goes back to those annual parades. No one in positions of power wanted to see the coveted Star Award in jeopardy.
It made the upper command look very good. They were very proud of that fact.
This is a partnership. I'm sure you all know this, but you can't get to where we get to without everybody toeing the line.
To have anything blemish that record is a big problem. The truth was coming out, and they did not want that to happen.
Well, OSHA is collecting more documents. We know for sure they began to collect some of the documents that weren't handed over 5 years ago, beginning in January, so just last month. We also know that they've sent the case on to the U.S. Department of Justice. Now, I'm not sure what the DOJ can do. I don't know if they're looking into whether or not, the truth didn't come out to investigators, or we can't get a clear story on that. But we got at least 2 agencies now looking at it.
Was it just about getting these star awards? Why were these parades of these plaques so important to the shipyard?
Yeah, they really, really like having that star site. It's very prestigious. It makes the top bosses, like that worker said, look good. And one thing that does come with it is less scrutiny. So if OSHA says, hey, you're one of the best, we don't need to come around as much anymore. And so I can only imagine that any big industrial site like that, you know, would welcome that.
So you get rewarded and then you might get overlooked.
Maybe that could end up being what the problem was.
Interesting. All right, thanks, Susannah.